a future careers partner here at Vinted, working here for almost 5 years now, and responsible for entry-level position hiring here. So what we're going to do today is we're going to learn a little bit more about our data science and analytics department. We're going to learn a little bit more about what is the DSA Academy. We're going to have some panel from our employees and the current academists, and then we're going to have a little bit of networking. So I would like to introduce Jeff, who is our staff decision scientist, and he will tell you about our department here.
Hi everyone, I'm Jeff. Yeah, don't call me Evgeny, call me Jeff, and I'm happy to meet you all. And I will emphasize a few times across whatever I'm going to talk about. I'm here to answer your questions, so please do not hesitate to approach me and my colleagues here to ask any questions that you might have. We will be happy to answer your questions. We'll be happy to give you advice or anything really. Whatever question you might have, we'll be happy to chat with you about it. And also very glad to be here, and thank you all for coming here as well. So let's start. I'm going to talk about data science analytics at Vinted very briefly. First, I'm at Vinted for 4 and a bit years. I was first managing a machine learning team, and then I became a staff decision scientist. I'm mostly responsible for experimentation and decision science practices. What is decision scientists? Mostly you hear of them as data analysts. We call them decision scientists because there is no point to do analysis if it's not going to affect any decision. So that's why it's decision science. We want to affect the decisions. So what do we do at Vinted? Imagine this is Vinted. Does it work? No, it doesn't. So this is Vinted. There are loads of teams in Vinted. They're all doing something. One team might be working on safety features. We have people chatting through Vinted, sharing some sort of information, and we might want to prevent people from sharing personal information that might be used against us. So there is a team that is responsible for that. That team has multiple decision science, analytics engineers, and data scientists that might potentially be supporting that particular feature. So in this case, there needs to be a data model to be built so that we know if people are sharing personal information or not, if they're having a conversation or not. So there is analytics engineering involved. There is decision science effort to support this team as well to make the right decision. Is this particular change that we're introducing to solve a particular user problem not sharing personal information, meaning is that problem being addressed effectively? So decision scientists develop specific metrics that might help product team to answer this particular question. Then there are other examples where data scientists might be coming in to play a larger role. If you go on our homepage, there are a lot of items being shown to you, and we have millions of these items. Question is, which items should we be showing to you that are more likely than not that you like them? So this is something that our data scientists work on. They try to build machine learning models that help us to show the most relevant items to you and help you achieve your goals that you're setting yourself on Vinted. Try to find the jeans or try to find the t-shirt or whatever any item you might be looking for. So there is a data scientist behind this model, multiple data scientists building that model. And of course, there are analytics engineers who support that effort to build data pipelines, and there are decision scientists who also build metrics that are the most relevant to evaluate if this recommender machine learning model is moving in the right direction. So there are loads of us actually at this point within data science analytics at Vinted. These are pictures from our offsites. Every year we gather all together from across Vilnius, Berlin, and Amsterdam in Lithuania. And this was, I think, 3 years ago. This maybe was a year or 2 years ago. So we've been growing, and now it's this many of us. So this was just last week or 2 weeks ago. There are close to more than 200 people of us at Data Science Analytics and Organization. So let's talk about all these roles that I've already mentioned. So who are these data science analytics people at Vinted? So there are 109 decision scientists in the organization. Decision scientists, they use data statistics, analytical insights to influence decisions at Vinted. So they usually are positioned in specific product teams, like I've mentioned, in the recommender or trust and safety, and they try to help develop metrics, do discovery, influence decisions within those teams so that we make decisions that help Vinted become better over long term. And of course, they're fluent in SQL, all of the analytical stuff that is usual, but also they have to have some statistical background and understand a few programming languages. We have 45 analytics engineers. So these are the people who build the data pipelines that help decision scientists work with the data. So they develop and maintain all of the data models, translate stakeholder needs into those data models, optimize data use, and resolve any production issues if someone's dashboard doesn't load. Usually analytics engineer tries to figure out why it might not be the case. And again, I know very little about analytics engineering, but it's all to do with data loading, DBT. That's something that we're using at Vinted to create these data models, build them, and make sure we get the data when we need it. And then we have 27 data scientists. So as I mentioned, these are the people who build the recommender system, people who build the trust and safety models, people who build any machine learning models that are there across Vinted. It might be also some less traditional machine learning models, something like marketing mix model, where we have a, so to speak, statistical model that tells us how much budget should we be allocating to specific marketing direction. So there are all of these diverse niches where there are machine learning models to be built. And they have to be, of course, proficient in programming, deep understanding of statistics, and machine learning. And we have around 37 people managers. So notably, we have 2 tracks. So we have individual contributor track and we have people leadership track. In both of these tracks, you can become quite senior and have a lot of room to grow and become an expert in a particular field. So people managers, their role is to help all of these individual contributors to grow and make sure they are allocated to the right tasks at the right time. And of course here, their calendar is completely different. They're mostly in meetings and they have to be able to shift context quite quickly from one meeting to another. And the cool thing is that there are a lot of us and you can join and you learn together with us. None of us have built Vinted before. None of us necessarily know of everything there is to know about data science analytics at Vinted. For sure, we still have a lot to learn. So if you join us, you can learn together with us. And I find it quite cool. As my colleague says, in experimentation team, Giedrius, he says, there are 5 years forward, enough problems, statistical problems to be solved. And that's pretty much across all of Vinted. So what's the plan, long-term plan? We kind of try to position ourselves to make data count at Vinted. Like I said before, especially in decision science, which is the area that I'm mostly responsible for, if this is analysis that is not worth doing and is not going to influence any decision, you should not be doing it. You should only be doing an analysis that will influence the decision. There is no point in querying SQL query just because product manager asked you. You should be doing it because it will impact the decision. And that's why we have our mission of making data count at Vinted. And then the follow-up is that we have to, using the data that we have to help our stakeholders to learn from their decisions. If we did a marketing campaign and if it did not add any benefit, then we are here as independent statisticians or whatever we want to call us ourselves to tell them that, look, it doesn't work. And here's why, here's what data shows you. So we really emphasize this learning because at the scale that we are at, it's really important to learn continuously so that we become competitive or continue to be competitive in the international market. So concluding with that, I don't have much time to talk, so join us and make data count together with us at Vinted. And once again, I'll emphasize, I'm here for the rest of the evening together with my colleagues. Please ask us questions. I can't go into a lot of details with the short time that I have, but if you follow up with any questions that you have, I'm very happy to answer them. Yeah, that's it. Thank you.
Okay, so let's talk a little bit more about what the Academy is. So the program, what kind of structure do we have? So it is a 12-month program with 2 rotations, and each rotation should offer you a different learning experience. So meaning that you will join a different team, you might work with different tools. It could be located in Vilnius or Kaunas, whichever is your preference. You will have a support system, so you will have a mentor, a manager, and academy community. An opportunity for a permanent role. So our goal that after those 12 months, you would roll off into a permanent role with us. So what can you expect? So learn by doing, not just observing. So we really expect that you will start making some sort of impact from day one. Grow into a confident professional. So you, throughout all the those 2 rotations and the support system that you will have, you should become more and more confident in your skills and competences. You could join a connected community. So this year we're hiring 5 academies, but next year we're going to have 10. So another cohort of 5 should join us in late winter or early spring. So have a voice and be heard. So definitely you should expect to be able to speak up. Your ideas should be taken into account, and everything that you say matters. And yeah, make a real impact. So as Jeff said, you know, decisions. So whatever you do should make an impact throughout your decisions. And discover your direction. When you have an opportunity to join 2 rotations, you will see what fits better, where you feel more confident, which role more resonates with you. So there are 3 roles in Academy, and as you saw previously, the biggest role overall, we have decision scientists, so they're probably in this academy will have most of the roles that are decision scientists, and there may be 1 or 2 in analytics engineer and data science. So these will be offered for you depending on your skills. And let's look at the timeline. So applications already are open, so you can find them on our careers website, and they will be closing on 17th of July. So if you haven't applied, please do that. Then the process will be between this date. So if you're successful, you will get a tech task, and then the interview. So they will happen between July 25 and August 22nd. Academy begins on September 22nd. And then the rotation 1 gonna be 6 months, and around March you will join a new team, and then throughout those 12 months you will also have workshops on your interpersonal skills, and the program ends next year in September. At that point we expect you to join our permanent roles. So what's the process? So really it's application where you can share all your portfolio, project links, anything else that can showcase your technical skills. We're really keen to see what you have to show. Then you will get a technical task. This is your opportunity to show your Python or R skills that you will get. So you will have a week to complete that task. And then if you're successful at that, you will be invited for a 1-hour interview with our DSA colleagues. So we explore your background. They will deep dive into your technical task, ask about your approaches, why, and so on. And part of the interview will be about the Vinted values alignment. So please explore those. And then you will have a chance to ask your questions during the interview. and after that, it's a offer. And now I would like to invite our current academists for the Q&A panel. So Jeff, who is not an academist, Rugile, Matas, Justina, Davidas, and Guada. Please welcome them. So could you just please introduce yourself? I think Jeff already did that, so you can start from Guada.
Okay, then I'll start. Hello everyone, my name is Guada. Currently I'm in a data science position at Vinted and Vinted DSA Academy. Actually my bachelor's was in life sciences, and then I've decided to change fields, and I was looking for a way to start, so I started my master's in data science and also applied for Vinted DSA Academy, and here I am. Nice to meet you all.
Hello everyone, my name is Davidas. Now I'm also doing a data science rotation in Vinted. I have studied quantitative economics for my bachelor, and during the studies started to work in a bit of a finance sector, and after I decided to explore the possibilities in data field and applied for DSA Academy during last year.
Hello all, my name is Justina, and currently I am analytics engineer at Vinted. I hold a chemistry degree, and also I quite a lot of time worked at chemistry field, but at some point I decided I want to make a change in my career, so I took some courses in available coding schools, and after successfully finishing them, I decided that I want to have some practice to give my knowledge some meaning, and this is how I ended at Vinted Academy.
Hello guys, my name is Matas. I joined the academy after finishing my bachelor's in quantitative economics, same as David is here. During my studies, I've completed a couple of internships elsewhere, so I was pretty fresh joining the academy. Now I'm also studying the data science master's at Vilnius University. I joined as a data scientist, and in my current rotation, I'm a decision scientist. Outside of work, I really enjoy board games and dancing. Thank you.
So hi everyone, my name is Rugile, and I'm actually just starting my career in data field. Last year I graduated a bachelor's degree in data science, so after that I spent a lot of time in LinkedIn searching for the place where I can apply the knowledge I gained in university, and that's how I saw the DSA Academy, and I tried to apply, and here I am right now and very happy about it.
Okay. Jeff, you can say something as well if you want.
I'm Jeff. I actually did my bachelor's in economics at the start too, but then I switched to maths. And then I did maths until my PhD. And I didn't finish my PhD because I thought it's pointless. So yeah, here I am.
Thank you. Okay, so let's ask some questions. We can start with Rugile. So what kind of support did you receive from mentors or faculty members throughout the program?
Yeah, so I thought about it, and I thought I'm gonna kind of repeat you as well as I saw you mentioning in the slides before. What I can say is the people around you, the colleagues you have nearby, and you can reach out to them. Like it takes only one message in Slack to reach out and ask for any support, any kind of support, from technical if you have like struggles with the task or something, to emotional support if you, I don't know, having a bad day and you want to grab a coffee with a colleague and just talk over. But also you have your team, your manager, your mentor next to you, the people to go. You can talk to them every day regarding any questions. So mostly, yeah, so what you need to do is just talk, ask if you have any questions, doubts, maybe an idea you want to raise in a channel. So people are really open here to help you, like basically guide you, direct you, anything. So all you need to do is just write a text, that message in a Slack. I don't know if you have something to add.
Thank you. Anyone else wants to add anything? No? Okay.
There are no stupid questions. Always ask questions. Assume nobody knows anything. We have a colleague who just joined Vinted at some time ago, and then there was a party, and then she disagreed with something how we should done. So she just goes directly to CEO, and she's like, "Why we do things this way?" And like, really, everyone should be doing that. There are just nobody has built Vinted before. There are no bad ideas. Just do it, and you will just learn more about Vinted that way. Either they will learn something or you will learn something. So it's plus either way. Like really, I can't emphasize this enough. Just keep asking questions all the time. That's all my job is, literally. I just ask questions every day. That's all.
Thank you. Matas, what were some challenges that you faced during the program and how did you overcome them?
I guess one of the main challenges I faced ever since I joined, especially in the first months here, was feeling like I don't really belong here and that like I'm not good enough. They call it like the imposter syndrome, and I felt like I wasn't qualified enough to be here. Like I was very fresh, didn't have much experience. I come to a new team and everyone seems really smart and I just don't know what I'm doing. I also started in a highly technical role as a data scientist, so there was a lot of machine learning and I was very new at that. I didn't know what to do and had to rely a lot on other people. But yeah, that didn't really help me much starting in a technical position. What helped me was over time, also with other people's help, I realized that it's not really about being really smart or really good at something, but especially in the academy, I think it's very important that you're willing to learn. You're willing to make mistakes and just improve on that. And I think there's no better time than the academy to learn. It really doesn't matter if you don't make a bunch of impact. The most important thing that over the course of the year, when you're in the academy, you need to grow as much as possible. That's it.
Thank you. If you want.
Sure. I mean, this is a very good point. Like both points so far are very, very important. Ask questions and then also be ready to learn. And like one example, we do a marketing campaign. We spend millions of money. And then the key thing is that we learned that it was a silly idea. And we like have these examples and our CEO comes in and he says like, no, please tell explicitly that the idea sucked and we need to learn from it. So like really we have to be open for it. And like, yeah, people are smart, but we all have no idea what we're doing. So we have to keep learning. So all I can just repeat all the time. Yeah. If I start repeating myself too much, just let me know. Because I also have to learn.
Okay, thank you. Okay.
Thank you. I wanted to ask to those people who study at university data science, did you found like value in that, or like coming here to the academy was more impactful on your journey? So yeah.
I guess that's a question for like the most of us. As a person who is currently studying data science, I can say that the program has a lot to offer, but it's definitely not everything that you learn here that you will need here. And of course, learning in the academy, like it's way better to like become the person that is suitable for Vinted by learning from your work at Vinted. At the academy, I think is the best for that, but having a strong technical background might be the thing that helps you to get here and to build some experience, to do some projects, build your GitHub portfolio, which you could then share, and that way, I guess it would be very useful to get here. Does anyone else have to add anything? Oh.
What I could add more is that during studies, I guess your focus is like theory part and the statistical models. But once you begin like the data scientist position, you see that there exists so much more. You need to know how the models are integrated into production. You need to collaborate with even like backend engineers. You need to understand like product requirements, so you see like way wider space what is there.
This is a very good question. You are there. Hey, good question. I would treat it as learning tools during that formal education that help you then formulate problems at your job. It might not be that you will use all the tools. Just like in the kitchen area, you have loads of tools, but you do not use all the time. And sometimes you buy this knife that you think it will be very useful for you to slice a particular sausage, which you never buy. But then one point you actually end up buying it and you end up using it. So the same way here with formal education. Just last week, we were presenting a data science and analytics offsite, methodology about causal instruments and instrumental variables, all these sort of things. And it is useful to formulate different problems at different jobs. Yes, it might not always come your way, and most of your time will indeed be spent on like integrating things and productionizing things, but there are these several occasions where actually having that knowledge becomes extremely important so that you are able to formulate a problem. Perhaps you're doing shipping discount campaigns, and when that shipping discount campaigns, you're optimizing for, of course, higher return on investment, but there are also all of these different business objectives that you have to incorporate into that. Well, that's an optimization problem, and if you have the right formal tools, you can formulate that problem, and then suddenly it becomes a problem that is solvable by technology. Then you can train machine learning models on these kind of things. So hopefully that kind of gives some context. I'm definitely not of the opinion that sometimes you might see on LinkedIn, like formal education has no value. I'm actually completely of the opposite view. It has a lot of value. Yeah. That said, there are different skills that can be brought to the table. Some people might be extremely good on interpersonal relationships. And that can be a strong value in and of itself when working with product manager. First thing, they have to trust you. You can bring them any numbers, but if they don't trust you, they won't influence the decision in the first place. You can be a brilliant statistician, but if you can't influence them, there is no point.
Thank you. Hope that answered your question. We have a question for Juste. Can you share an example of a project that helped you to develop a specific skill?
Yeah, so it wasn't like a project, but during my first rotation with my first team, they had a huge scope of topics they were working. And I remember, I think it was 2 months into academy, I received a task to build a dashboard using Looker. in one of the topic the team was working at that time. And I was a bit not frustrated, but I didn't know Looker at that time. I didn't know LookML language at all. So I was a bit afraid to do this task, but with the support of my mentor, of my teammates, and also I had the ability to buy online courses, which helped me to master Looker. I ended up building 3 different huge dashboards with Looker in all the 3 topics my team was working at that time. So I think I was successful at that.
Thank you. Nice. Davidas, what aspects of this program you found the most valuable for you?
What I could emphasize is the unique structure of this program, that we have these 2 different rotations, which let you explore like different data career opportunities. So even if like at the first glance those 3 like different positions like decision scientist, analytics engineer may not sound like really explaining, but once you try them out, you will see what suits you better. And given like also other people are sharing their stories, so like after receiving this question, I remember like still like during my school years, I was a bit jealous of one of my classmates who, for as long as I can remember him, was sure that he wants to be like a doctor. He studied medicine, and while other people like me are like changing their paths, and I'm still not sure maybe what I would want to be like a few years from now. So if you are also still like searching for your career path, like this program is probably for you.
Thank you. And Goda, what were your expectations coming into this program and how it actually was in the reality?
Well, personally for me, since I changed the fields recently, I just wanted to start somewhere, and I thought that it would be a great opportunity to learn, gain experience, and grow in the field, because well, you usually start from an internship or some specific program as this one. So when I've heard about it, I decided to apply. And also, as David has mentioned, one of the important key aspects was those 2 rotations, because you get to try like 2 roles in 2 different teams. I saw it as an opportunity to grow very quickly and learn a lot, because you get to try different things. And yeah, that expectation was fulfilled. I did learn a lot, and I'm still learning every day. Vinted has amazing opportunities for that. We have learning budget, we have mentors, we have supporting managers. So if you want to grow, learn, this academy is really great for that. Yeah.
Thank you. Anyone else wants to share what were the expectations? We have. Okay, you did not participate in the academy, but sure.
I just want to debias a bit. The panel, all of us in the panel are from quite quantitative backgrounds or science-related backgrounds. And I just want to emphasize that this is not the only thing that you must have to go into data science analytics roles in Vinted. It's completely fine for people to come from different backgrounds too. We have people who have succeeded in being decision scientists at Vinted, coming from Turing College and then joining Vinted and working at Vinted. So there are all of these different paths that you can take, and I just want to make sure that you do not come out of this event thinking that, okay, all of these people have quant's background and therefore there is no way for me to come to Vinted too. Like for entry-level roles, it's fine to go through Turing College and then get a degree. It will be harder. You'll have to put in a lot more effort because there are a lot more foundations for you to gain, but it is still possible. So just wanted to throw out there. And it's kind of cool. Like one person, she was a decision scientist, then she left Vinted, went to another startup, and we actually maintain contact now. So because they try to bring all of the things they learned at Vinted to this another startup. This is super cool. Like people learn a lot here, and they go on to different companies and try to spread that knowledge. Yeah, that's all I had to say. Maybe there are more questions.
Thank you. Yeah, let's. Goda has some questions from online audience.
Maybe for me. No. I have a question from our online guest, Gintotas, and he's asking, what does a typical day look like for a data scientist / analyst at Vinted when you are in the academy? So whichever of you had a rotation, maybe you want to share. Jeff, if you want to add anything, feel free.
I guess I'll take that. A typical day of a data scientist or analyst or whatever, it's like a very normal day. I don't know. We don't really do like anything that special. You just get you just get to work. I mean. You work on an analysis. If you're a decision scientist, if you're a data scientist, you're probably working on some kind of model, exploring data or new features for the model, presenting your work to others, discussing possible improvements to your work. Maybe also we have some time when we can improve ourselves, maybe take some courses, become better from the technical perspective, but really that's that. There's nothing crazy about being an analyst or a data science at Vinted.
Maybe someone else wants to add something. Who is doing data science rotation? Okay, Guada?
Yeah, I just think that Matas forgot one important thing. We get to work, we have lunch, then we work and we go back home. So yeah, don't forget the lunch. Very great at Vinted.
Okay. Joe?
I actually wanted to say about lunch.
Okay. So yeah, drink coffee, come to work, open the laptop. Any other questions?
Yes, another one online as well. By the way, live audience, feel free to raise a hand because we still have around 20 minutes, so we can use them for your questions. Another question came from, oh, Jesus Christ, I lost her. Florina, yes. She's asking for the DSA graduates, did you have an ample portfolio built prior to you joining DSA, right? So when you applied, you probably added something to the application. Maybe you worked on something to show off. What was it? Maybe some advice for future candidates.
I'm very glad to take this. I think the portfolio, and many people really overlook this, but the best advice probably I could give to any of you, please do share your works and the past projects, even if it's like some homework from university or from something from the course you took. You can just put that on GitHub and share it when you're applying. It's really important, and some people, and actually many people, when they are applying for any kind of job, this academy as well, they tend to send their CV and like hope for the best, or maybe they have low expectations, so I'm not gonna try that hard, so just gonna see what happens. No, it's not really like that. I really recommend doing your best, write a cover letter, present yourself, make sure you stand out, show what you've been working on, show your skills, really try to show off.
I just want to add to that, network, like ask questions, reach out to people on LinkedIn. You will learn more about organizational context, and that will only strengthen your application. Yeah, that's like good homework to do.
Yeah. Okay, we have questions here.
Regarding the same topic, I believe in case, for example, the person have both some commercial experience, like a couple of internships, but also some self-made projects, which is like valued more in case of application process. I'm not really sure who could I ask that about, because there's no HRs or something.
I'm not sure if I understood correctly.
What is more important?
Like
having some commercial experience, like internships, some previous maybe data-related jobs, or having some self-made projects and on GitHub?
I don't think there is has more. It's probably the quality of that. Some might have a really stand out projects, right, that they did, but they never had any experience working, and so might not have any projects, but they have some internships, and it's all gonna come down to the quality of that content rather than one or the other being as such.
Okay, yeah, sure, thank you.
I would like to add, personally myself, I did not have previous experience in any data-related job, but I think what might have stood out in my application, that I show that I'm eager to learn, because I really wanted to start somewhere. I really wanted to grow in the field, and I was pretty open about it. I'm studying data science at the moment. I don't have previous experience, but I want to learn that. I'm good at that. Here are some of my studies projects, and I think being open about it, it's okay, because we're going to an academy. We're going to an entry-level position, as Jeff said. So we gotta start somewhere, and it's a place to do that.
What I could add more is probably not so important the quantity of projects you have already done, but even if you have only a few, but the quality of them, because also the people reviewing your applications probably will not have very much time to review everything, so probably you would want to emphasize the best projects.
Yeah, so just try to see what is best showing what you can do, because here we're basically looking for high potential rather than your previous experience. Yeah, I think.
Hello. I just wanted to ask you, were there any surprises within the academy on the learning pace? So, as Justina probably mentioned, you had to do a dashboard after second month within the academy. Have you had any different challenges on which you had to deliver tasks on time? And it was, what was most surprising about it?
Yeah, I remember I had some pretty tight deadline tasks, but at Vinted, you have support from your teammates, from your mentor. And at that time, my mentor saw that I am a bit struggling with the task I received, and she just jumped and helped me. So you will never be left alone. You just need to speak up if something is not working or you don't know how to do it, just say it. You don't need to know everything at the beginning. Time from time you will learn, you can do your task by yourself, but at this time in academy you need to understand that you are not alone and you have the huge team who supports you.
What I could add more, what was probably not emphasized until now, that you would be working with real-world problems where most of the time there is no one correct answer, and you need to make assumptions, and even most of the time work in iterations, try an initial approach, then maybe to change something. So probably nobody expects like a perfect result, even though probably nobody even not knows what would be that.
I also can quickly add to that about the surprise part. I think when you start anew, like you just don't know many things, and like yes, someone said that like nobody knows everything, and that's true. But your colleagues probably will know more than you do when you start. And for me personally, I was doing this analysis, and I was looking in the data through the time, and I saw this interesting peak, and I started like questioning it, looking into it, like creating hypotheses about what might have been there. And it took some time, and then I just asked about it, and I got an answer that, oh, there were like just some regulations and something changed in the flow overall, like it's normal. So yeah, you'll probably don't know everything, and you might get like surprising answers, but you do have to ask to get them.
Thank you.
How possible it is to combine studying at a university full-time, actually like doing homework assignments, going to lectures, and participating in the academy? Like how balanced can this be?
I think it's really tough. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I am studying data science while working in the academy, but the thing is, as I joined the academy, I moved to part-time studies. So basically, instead of 1.5 years, I studied 2.5 years, and I think that was a very, very good decision of me, because really focusing on two things at the same time, if you're really doing your best or trying to do your best at both, I mean, it's nearly impossible. There are some people who can pull that off. I know some such people, but I suggest to find some kind of way to balance it.
Hello. I was interesting actually through your learning process. So, how often do you use like AI tools, agents? Is it encouraged to use or opposite?
Can probably take it. Me personally, I think I use it every day. And I think it's even encouraged to use it I don't know, like for any kind of idea or something, if you like, I don't know, like I'm using it every day, and I think we are encouraged to use it. It not also like corrects us or maybe gives an idea to move on, but what I think is the most important thing, not to put the personal data, any confidential data there. Yeah, I don't know what, like, I don't know, do you have something to add?
I agree. I mean, using AI tools is encouraged. We're just told to be careful with that. Vinted has its own AI tools, and there are also we're experimenting with other AI-related tools that we could use in the future. Also, if you do something in machine learning, then there come also large language models where you can utilize them to solve some kind of business-related issue. So yeah.
Okay. So good question. I will add just like we're using it, we're encouraged to use it as soon as ChatGPT came out. Vinted had internal hackathon to figure out how we can use it, where we can use it, etc., etc. So all of these things are quite upfront in our organization. Engineers are trying Cursor, all the latest, greatest development apps for software development. So all of this is tried. Large language models are being deployed in production for solving different problems. So all of these things are tried. And now we're even talking about standardizing all of our internal documentation and reports so that we can feed it back into the AI later on. So all of this is quite active area of involvement. Designers have sprints to figure out how landscape of commerce is going to change because of large language models. So this is taken seriously internally. Vinted is unlikely to be a company that will speak loud of AI or whatnot, but as long as it solves our customer problems and makes us better at our jobs, we use it, and we will be always encouraged to use it. As our CEO always says, we're a technology company, so we have to use it.
And Copilot, Jeff. Everybody gets a Copilot license.
Just one thing that if you're in the application process and you get a technical task and you blindly copy from ChatGPT your task, this will immediately get noticed. And then the ChatGPT does it completely differently than it's supposed to be. And yeah, people sometimes submit even with the prompt their homework submission. So don't do that. Use your brain, and then that should help you not do everything for you.
Yeah, hey everybody. So I have actually two questions. So first one would be, how did the Vinted Academy affect your skill gaps? Did you learn anything new, or maybe you had to learn anything new to complete your task till the deadlines? And the second one, looking back, what do you believe was the key reason you got into Vinted Academy in the first place?
Okay, I'm gonna ask answer the first question. Actually, I have an example for my second rotation. Now I'm an analytics engineer. I wasn't familiar with the DBT tool. So before my second rotation, I already knew which team I'm joining. So I talked with my now current manager and asked hey, can I take a look or something? Can I learn something before joining? How it's gonna be there? I was a bit scared of that, as I wouldn't know what to do, how to use this tool. And few minutes later, he sent me the DBT courses. And it actually really helped me to now quicker understand it, how does it work, how to use it. And I think it goes all the way back to just the beginning when I also joined. My team was already kind of waiting for me to join to do the A/B test that I never done before. I did some analysis, comparing the groups or something, but I never done a proper A/B test. So I got also the background of, not the background, the help from my mentor, my manager, that basically did everything with me, showing me how to do it, and also kind of teaching me how it's supposed to be, or just to give help me make the first steps. So there's plenty of areas where you can learn the same courses, and yeah, you just need to take it.
So I can also add to learning journey. And I think you are learning every day here at Academy. At first, a few months, you need to learn a lot about Vinted itself, how it works, what is the product. And after that, you're learning more with different tools. So I have a similar example as Rugile, as now I'm analytics engineer. I needed to learn how to use DBT, Airflow, and I'm still in my learning path, and every day I learn something new. And a second question was, how we ended up here. I don't know. Well, I just applied. I received a test. I received a task. I had an interview, and here I am. I don't know why they chose me, but I don't know. I just gave everything I got. I showed that I really wanted here, and I wanted to work at Vinted because my values are the same as the Vinted values. So maybe this is the reason.
Yeah, so I would just add a little thingy regarding the first question. There will definitely be things you need to learn, because if you're overqualified for the academy, we would probably be in a permanent position already. So if you're applying here, it means you need to learn something. But as my colleagues mentioned, you will have all the support, you will have all the materials. You just have to be willing to learn. And regarding the second question, don't be lazy with your cover letter. They're actually reading them. So if you'll just put it in something, it won't go too well. About the task, I would suggest reading it thoroughly, because in some questions they actually give you hints about what they want. So be attentive, think before writing, and just try to explain every step you're doing, because it helps your evaluator to understand that you understand what you're doing. And don't be afraid of the interview. It's really fun. The people are very nice. The technical part mainly just asks you to explain what you're doing. So if you did it yourself, you'll know. And the soft skills part is really fun. Ask questions. They're very nice. I really recommend it. It's a good application process.
Kind of often people look for a recipe to get a job, and I would encourage not to do it. It's a very cliche advice, but really be yourself and show who you are. Like, people usually when they hire, they know what they want. So you either fit that criteria or you don't. And also, it's a random process. Like, there is an element of luck. Some applications get looked at more, some get looked at less. There is just no way around it. So please do not get discouraged if you do not make it the first time. There are all of these elements at play that might just, it's not because your application or worse or better, it's just you were not lucky. I was not accepted to Vinted on my first application too. And I had a very long exchange with the recruiters, why is it the case? And then on the second try, it worked. So just really, don't start overthinking that, oh, I didn't do this one thing and that's why I didn't apply. Yes, critically reflect what might have worked, what might have not, and if you got longer in the stage, you might get some feedback, but do not overthink it too much as like, oh, this font was not the way it was supposed to be and that's why I didn't apply. No, nobody cares about the font. Yeah, so just wanted to say that. You wanted to say something about the font?
No, I don't think anybody cares about the fonts, but actually, yeah, I will add to that. I only succeeded in my second attempt as well. While I was studying, I was applying for a summer internship. I got rejected, like after the very first stage of it. So yeah, I mean, sometimes you just need to keep trying, and if you really want it, and you have at least the most of what it takes, the skills, then you can do it. And I think you as well tried several times. Yeah.
I mean, the same story for me. I tried to apply for summer internship a few years ago, and I understand why I wouldn't gave myself that position at that time. I didn't have the proper skills at the moment, but that never let down my dream, my wanting to be here and belong to Vinted. So that's why I tried another time, and this time worked. Yeah.
Thank you.
I can just add, this is becoming quite common. We have very senior people who join Vinted after third or fourth time. Just want to throw it out there.
one final question.
Hi, my name is Angelina. Actually, I'm trying to ask some advice about job application because I'm that person who doesn't have some experience in IT sector, data science, and my bachelor is actually management in art. So, and I want to ask which techniques or skills in Python or SQL it's more relevant for Vinted. Maybe I need to focus on something because I'm learned, so sorry, I'm nervous, and I study a lot, and for me it's like best way to study and figure out what's in a new career is working, because I have experience to just, actually I was like chief of streaming, I never used it, I never worked as chief of streaming, and I actually managed it and teach other people, and I want to learn, I want to discover data, because I worked with data when I was video editor, because I make some researches, I was like an independent journalist, and you need like figure out with a lot of amount of government data. It's most horrible data in the world. So I try to ask some advice about what focus I need to.
Sure, I can maybe start, and maybe someone will want to add. Don't be afraid if you don't have any experience. Basically, in the high school, I dropped IT. I thought I will never need it. And then I started to learn in university, and then, oh, here we are. And basically in university, what does it give? It gives you basically theory and not that much of a practice. So what I did all the time, I was just watching YouTube tutorials of Python, any basics. That's how you just start to get to the point where you understand the code, or you can write your code yourself, and it's not a big deal of that much of an experience in any field. And regarding SQL, so also in the university, my SQLs, like the queries were very basic. Only here I started like to understand what is it to write an efficient query. So basically watching YouTube tutorials, taking any courses, everything works. So yeah, I don't know.
I probably would repeat what Jeff already previously said, that there is like no one way what you should achieve, because when joining Vinted, it could really depend on your position, the team, that tools could be quite different, and if everything like works fine, you would have like all year to learn. So probably it's not like needed much of preparation, because that would be like your chance for learning.
It's a very good question, actually, and I have a very short answer to your question. You just need the basics. Like, there's not really much specific that you need to focus on. Learn the basic SQL commands. Just know a bit of Python. If you have the Python knowledge, that is enough to complete the technical task, then you have everything you need from the technical perspective, really.
So, while I agree with everything what has been said, there is a reality that you are competing with all of the other applications at the same time. And there will be people who have quantitative background who are applying at the same time as you are. So I think the first thing that we should acknowledge is that it's very good that you're already making the first step of coming here, asking these questions, trying to figure out. So very good on that front already. Then the second thing is having the background that you have, you can look at the problem creatively, right? So you might not necessarily have the experience or the foundational knowledge in quantitative fields, but you already have work experience and working with people. So you can put it up front on your CV saying like, yes, I might not know it, have not used SQL at a company like Vinted, but I have had to work with stakeholders and figure out what they need. And I know that as a decision scientist, I would have to do that. This is very interesting and novel approach to solution. And if I see it on a CV, I would actually be like, oh, actually this person understands where they are going. And yes, they might not have all the background, but they show willingness to learn through some other things. And you've mentioned you've done courses, all of these other things. So really optimize the CV towards showing your strengths and willingness to learn at this point, knowing that you can supplement, not necessarily having the quantitative background with other skills that you gain through your life. So really that would be my advice at this point, too, besides all of the things that have already been said.
Yeah. Thank you very much. So we have to finish now, but don't go. We have like a half an hour for you to connect with us and ask questions personally. Thank you for the panel.
Ask questions.